Hello, YouTube world. Thank you for stopping by my channel, We Focus. My name is Darius Thompson, a creator. I hope that most of you that have viewed the thumbnail can discern the direction in which today's conversation is going. You may have watched a television broadcast or know of someone who has spent time in prison. Those images or horror stories should not scare a person in the least compared to what we are about to discuss today. The most dangerous prison in human existence is the prison of your mind. There are millions of people around the globe that are locked within their own prisons. We see, hear, speak, and interact with these people on a daily basis. Some of them may be family members, friends, colleagues, business associates. But we are unaware that these people are locked within their own prisons, in their mind. Let your imagination try and conceive that you are the defendant, prosecutor, judge, and jury. You are now in a prison of your own creation. Now, how do so many people create these prisons? We create these prisons through stress, doubt, fear, anxiety, self-defeating prophecies, and all the other emotions which work against our abilities to prosper in life. Because that's what we all should be doing, is prospering, moving towards our best and most optimal selves, and experiencing the fruit of all that we have produced that is positive. Now understand something. To have emotions are human. To feel is human. That is a part of our design. But the danger comes from the excessive amount of energy and effort that we give towards those negative and self-defeating emotions. We have the power to create these prisons, but we also have the power to destroy them. And better yet, not even allow the foundation to be laid for these prisons to begin with. We must recognize when our energy needs to be redirected towards more positive and favorable solutions in all facets of our lives. It's just that easy. But it takes practice. Every situation we are faced with that creates a negative or self-defeating emotion is an opportunity. For most people, myself included, that gives us more than a few exercises each day. For those of us that live in a developed nation, we face similar challenges and concerns on a daily basis. Our lives revolve around work, family, recreation, and community obligations, if you will. Now, any of those areas can cause stress, and I want to use stress because it is one of the most common emotional triggers that most people face. Now, your mental state becomes jeopardized when you excessively stress over any one of those areas. Now, here are some exercises that you can practice in those moments of stress that can potentially help you out. First, we must recognize that we are under stress. That's important because sometimes we gloss over a situation or an encounter that we may have had with someone. And again, we begin to lay that foundation. So first we need to recognize, we need to be able to say that to ourselves that we are under stress. You know what I like to do is I like to speak something aloud in that moment. What I like to do is speak it aloud to myself. What's causing me stress? Just to give you a quick example, if my calendar for today is essentially full, I need to be here, 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 and here by this time, that time, and we're all familiar with that. Now, I need to take a moment when I know I'm starting to feel that stress and anxiety build, take a moment to say out loud to myself, Darius, you're doing everything that you can in its priority at its proper time. You will arrive where you need to arrive when you get there and do what you need to do. Calm yourself. And simple things like that. But we have to speak it to power. We have to admit what is causing us stress. Secondly, you have to determine the root cause of your stress within that moment. Far too many of us shift our attention towards the effects of the stress and not the cause. And again, once we start to give an excess amount of energy towards the effects, we begin to lay the foundations for a prison within our mind of stress. And now we are confined in that stress. Now, the third point, which is my favorite point, is you have to put an action plan in place. And what I mean by an action plan is that once you have admitted to yourself that you are beginning to feel stressed, and you have determined the root cause of that stress, your action plan would consist of what can I do to alleviate the stress that is beginning to build in this situation? Or do I have to remove myself from this particular scenario that is causing me stress in order to regain the balance that I need?